that I'm struggling with right now is knowing what my purpose is, what my path is. I feel like I'm in the unfolding, where everything is the unknown. It feels unknown. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm from. I think that's the song. Anyway, I mean, of course I know kind of where I'm from, but do we really? Do we really know where we're from? And for me, there's always been this feeling of, I know I'm meant for a big purpose. And for the last few years, I think what I've been doing is making that feel really small. In a positive sense, where, you know, there's this big purpose that I see for myself and this big vision, yet allowing everything to truly feel bite-sized, like those little bite-sized brownies that are so good. I don't know if they're vegan, so I haven't had them in a while, but I have had another version of those, and they are delicious. So just like those 2-bite or 1-bite brownies or 8-bite brownies, there has to be a world where success and greatness and everything that you desire feels easily accessible, digestible, and delicious as a 2-bite brownie. Now, this is not an ad for, I don't even know the company that makes them. I remember being a kid, my sister had a pack. She bought one. She's like, these are really good. And she did a lot of my raising when I was a kid. We're 16 years apart. And now I remember we were at Superstore and she got this pack, or Save On. I think it was Superstore. Anyway, so she got this little tiny package of brownies. She's like, they're delicious. I think you should try them. And I was like, okay. And my mind was kind of blown. And now thinking back on it, I'm like, life really has the opportunity to be just that delicious. And I have a choice in the matter where, when, how I connect to the accessibility or availability of it. So if I believe that this 2-bite brownie is accessible to me, I can have it. If I believe that it's delicious, I can have it. If I believe that I already have it, I have it. Now, if we take this concept of this 2-bite brownie, I'm probably going to release this on YouTube or at some point at somewhere. So hopefully I'm allowed to use this kind of, I don't know if it's their slogan or anything, but anyway. So assuming that this 2-bite brownie concept can now be applied to life and can be applied to what you desire, whether it's releasing a book. I have a few manuscripts that I have written. Now, what if the process felt like a 2-bite brownie? What if the process felt like, okay, the manuscript is written, now the other aspect is finding a publisher or self-publishing or posting online some of the pages of the book. And even as I'm saying that, I have chills all up and down my spine, which is a beautiful reminder and connector of how I am going to be sharing my book. And this is something I've been thinking about for a really long time because, of course, intellectual property, and I didn't want to be putting something on Instagram or out there for the world to see if it was going to be then kept as intellectual property by those social media companies. So it was just, it's been a conversation that I've had in my head. But let's get back to my 2-bite brownie theory, 2-bite brownie method, if you will. What if life was a 2-bite brownie experience? The first bite is your desire. The second bite is the receivership of your desire. And then, of course, in the bag, there are a few other brownies. And so unless you're willing to take the action and bite the brownie, so to speak, the universe can't return the favor. The universe, God, it can't provide for you what you desire if you are unwilling to take the action. So if you have a fear in taking the action, let's say, put it into this perspective. I'm vegan. Let's say you're vegan. Somebody gives you these 2-bite brownies. And you don't know for sure if they're vegan. But your friend or whoever, maybe a stranger, let's use a stranger as an example for this, somebody you met at a networking event, offers you this brownie. And you say, oh, I'm vegan. And they say, oh yeah, these brownies are vegan. They're vegan. Now, you can blindly trust in the guidance of someone, a stranger, essentially, and believe that this is factual. Let's play this out for a second. You trust this stranger, okay? They have come to you. They said this brownie's vegan. You take a bite of this supposed vegan brownie, and it's so good. It's so good. And now you're questioning your head. Oh my God, is this vegan? Oh my God, am I going to have diarrhea tonight? You know, if there's dairy or eggs or whatever, or maybe you're allergic to eggs, you're freaking out. Anyway, so you're experiencing all these thoughts. And yet, in the back of your mind, you say, they have assured me, they said, don't worry, this brownie's vegan. Now, there are 2 choices that you have here. Trust and know what has been given to you. And second is fear that they have lied to you. Now, let's say and suppose you go with trust. Something in your environment is going to affirm that. Whether you are volunteering and helping out cleaning the kitchen after the event, and you find this box of brownies, I mean, empty now, but it was once full of brownies, and you read the ingredients, and sure enough, they're vegan. Or you can live in fear, doubting everyone and everything around you, looking for the answer, controlling the situation, and making sure that you have everything right in order. If you're continuously believing that someone is trying to feed you something you don't want or can't have, or if you are continuously believing that wealth or success cannot come to you based on preconceived beliefs or stories that you have created within your head, you will continue to create thoughts and stories that only prove that opinion or that belief. So to go a little further, right? As a kid, I was taught not to trust anybody. And when I had come out as vegan to my mom, she literally freaked out because our background is Russian, Jewish, Ukrainian, Polish, right? More so Jewish, and then Russian, Ukrainian, Polish. But for the sake of this story, I put Russian first because my mom grew up with a lot of Russian, Jewish, and Ukrainian style food. And with the Russian side, it's really heavy on meat and cheese, or potatoes, but of course those are vegan. Anyway, so she nearly lost her mind. She's like, what am I gonna make for you, right? Freaking out. Anyway, with this ingrained belief, so much so, and with the background knowledge of fully recognizing and awareness and knowing that my mother is and can be emotionally immature, there was one day where she was serving soup to my partner and I, and inside my body, I had questioned, obviously I'm seeing all vegetables, but I was like, the broth tastes like chicken. So believing that others are going to sabotage you is the same reason you believe in competition. It is the same reason that you recall within your heart to tear others or take others down, or that there is this sense of, if this person has this, I can't have it, or if I have it, another person can't have it. And that was something I really struggled with when it came to wealth and success, and struggled with initially for sure, because when I was growing up, I was taught to take, because if you don't take, there will never be enough, or there won't be enough, and blah, blah, blah. This is how we survive. And then I was taught to preface this, I will give you guys some information. I grew up with two mindsets. My mother's mindset of take, don't trust anyone. And my sister's mindset, who she raised me a lot of the time when, from birth and throughout my younger years, she taught me that you can do whatever you believe in. Whatever you believe in will happen for you. So very different mindsets, right? So going back to that take mentality, right? Somewhere around 7, 8, 9, I started realizing that it's the giving that really is the process. And what's interesting is, because I grew up in such a, call it interesting household, quite dysfunctional, right? Immature, emotionally immature mother with an alcoholic or binge drinking father. And when we grow up in environments like this, sometimes we are taught to take when it comes to a specific area of life. But then to give, and give all of yourself until you are completely drained to ensure others are okay. And so in the mentality that I grew up in, I was taught that taking, right? And taking in a way where, I'll give you an example. If something costs money, I was taught that you would go around that and ask people who would do it for free. So you would ask people at the church, you would ask family, you would ask your friends if obviously I was a kid, so, if there's a plumbing situation at the house, like that's not something you would ask your other 6-year-old friend. But it was kind of this mentality of, if you can take and not give, then you are safe. While also creating the mentality of, my mother raised me to have a man as a vocal point in my life, meaning I am there to serve, cook, clean, all of this. And when I came out, more so than when I came out as vegan, when I came out as gay, lesbian, she lost her mind. She was like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong when I was raising you? So many questions came up, right? So let's go back to the take energy and give. With the take energy, I was taught to take when it came to money and wealth versus receivership. And when it came to supporting a partner emotionally, I was taught to give so much of yourself that you are completely drained, and to the point where it creates resentment or hatred or shame or guilt, or even worse, hating yourself, self-loathing, right? Because in a sense, you would give so much of yourself, and you don't understand why the other person, you still feel not good enough, right? And so when we are taught within these dynamics of take, or give in specific areas, we only know those. Those are our only perspectives, and we lose sight of what we actually want, or how the world can function and really support us, and how we can live in co-creation with God or the universe, because we lose sight because our beliefs or survival is so strong and we become dependent on it. So if you've been growing in your giving and you are having trouble receiving, I highly encourage you and invite you to come join us, come join me, beautiful community of people where we grow and help you access the elements within your brain, your body, your nervous system, and your heart, help you access the points that really allow you to feel safe and in connection with your own divine success. Because you have your own path, you have your own identity, and knowledge comes to mind, and destiny also comes to mind intuitively, okay? When you're able and willing to explore what is greater that is out there for you, you become unstoppable. And if you have been in the era previously of take, or like myself with both of these facets, and you want to create and live a more balanced life, I highly encourage you to reach out to me. Let's set up a one-on-one call. I offer one-on-one coaching calls, initial coaching calls, and also consultations as well. And it's a space for you to focus on your desires, what you want, and actually believe and allow for these dreams to come into reality for you. And you don't have to take. You don't have to give. You can live a balanced life of give and receive. And the gift of giving and the gift of receiving is the same thing, okay? So I'll leave you with that. I invite you to connect with me. I thank you for listening to this message and connecting with yourself on a conscious level today, and allowing yourself to dig a little deeper with what you want and what you desire. Have an amazing day. Have a blessed day. This isn't a podcast. This will probably be on YouTube. So thank you for showing up. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and don't forget to visit the description below and also visit the website. All right. Thank you. Toodaloo.